Hello, welcome to my cake kitchen. I am Gladys, and over here I make simple, Welcome to my secondary screen. I am Gladys. Over here I make simple, informative tutorials to help you navigate baking and decorating easily. Today we are making a carrot cake. It's not any type of carrot cake, it's a very special carrot cake, and there's a reason to making this carrot cake. But for those of you who are already in the chat and were expecting me a little earlier because I promised you life came back to normal, well, look, there's nothing about my life that is normal here as long as it comes to baking. You've seen me bake chaos out here. You've seen me disorganized. You've literally watched me prance through my life with evolving circumstances. So, hey, thank you. And I appreciate your patience with me. So, why are we making a carrot cake? Yesterday, I did preempt what we were doing today, which I thought initially was going to be a banana loaf of some sort. But I thought I would make a do-over. And what is this about? The do-over is about a carrot cake we tried for the panda cake. Now, there's a lot of information about that carrot cake, and that was because Lollipop, friend to the channel and moderator in the chat, wanted a carrot cake for her daughter's birthday. She's an avid baker, but slacks on the decorating aspect. So we took on that challenge, completed it as a whole series, taking the cake from bake fresh to completed design, just so that it's a learning resource of some sort for Lollipop. And also for you, if you're a complete beginner who cannot afford a class, but looking for a learning resource to see what the raw moments and the realistic moments of decorating from baking to decorating looks like. That video is already up on the channel for you to see. However, one of the problems we had with the carrot cake was that it was a beginner-friendly carrot cake recipe that I picked up. It was a Claire Saffitz recipe. I'll tell you more about that in a moment. Just stay with me. I have a preferred carrot cake recipe, which is not my own. It's the Sugarology carrot cake. It does require a few different moving parts. Most importantly, the significant ingredient being caramelized carrot. Now, for Lollipop being a beginner undertaking a decoration of a cake that was going to be enormous tasks to get through, I was looking to reduce her task load for her. So for that reason, I decided to experiment with a recipe that would be easy to get through, and we landed on the Claire Saffitz cake recipe. It's a carrot cake recipe, and the reason I chose Claire Saffitz, if you've been on this channel, we love Claire Saffitz over here. She's very adept at what she does, great with the information she provides you about her baking processes, explains things in details. I always almost recommend her as a steady hand if you're a beginner who hasn't got a repertoire of recipes but looking to understand the intention behind recipe development and the selection of ingredients to make a particular cake. So I went for the Claire Saffitz recipe. However, on my own, there were a few adaptations I made about the recipe which didn't kind of work out well. So ultimately, when we baked the cake, it was dense. The texture was a bit funny. I wasn't so sure about it. But I will tell you that is not on Claire Saffitz, because one thing I can vouch for is that her recipes are solid. I've tried her chocolate cake, and her processes almost always yield you the great results. So I accept that probably the cake not turning out great wasn't because of the recipe. As you will find, making adaptation to recipes require a level of understanding. And on that note, I would say I probably didn't adhere to my own recommendation and advice. So the cake didn't turn out great. It would have been great to move on, but as you would know, we almost always want to correct our mistakes or try and test things just for validity. So I am remaking the carrot cake again. This time though, I have stuck to the exact selection of ingredients except, and I would say except for pecans. If you check the Claire Saffitz recipe, it is a carrot and pecan cake, carrot cake. I don't have pecans this morning. I don't. I actually, part of the reason why I ran late this morning is simply because I realized that I didn't have cinnamon, I didn't have pecans, and if I had to go to the biggest shop that is a little distance away from me, I'll probably not be making it for the live on time. So I have settled for walnuts. Walnuts swapping walnut for pecans doesn't exactly affect the recipe itself. It probably will make an effect to the texture, because the pecans and walnuts are for texture enhancement. When I tried it first in the first recipe, that didn't turn out great. There was crunch to it, but for someone who loves crunch to my cake and is very keen on texture, I don't think I liked it very much. But I don't think I also wanted to eliminate it completely, because the texture forms a part of the cake structure and crumb quality. So as a result, I have decided to swap the pecans for walnut. Not because I did it intentionally, because my local shop doesn't have pecans. And like I said, if I had to go and shop for pecans from the bigger local shop nearby, I will be running a little late than I would want to. So that is what we have done over here. Except outside of the pecans, everything else, outside of the pecans, we've swapped for pecans, whatever it's called. I'm not English, bear with me. Whatever it is, we've swapped the nuts here for one thing, and otherwise everything else is exactly the same. And most importantly, I also didn't have cinnamon initially, so I had to still go for the cinnamon, because cinnamon forms a great part of a carrot cake. The selection of spices for Claire Saffitz are slightly different than you would normally want in a carrot cake, because some carrot cake will ask for mixed spices. They'll require cinnamon, of course, but hers calls for ground ginger, some ground cloves, and also the cinnamon. And then she has a specific ingredient being grated fresh ginger. I wanted to skip it, but I also thought, since this is a do-over, I cannot make severe adaptation, so I might as well just stick to it. And also, one of the influencing factors of the last recipe we tried, which is head cake, we used a hand mixer. And if you know anything about hand mixers and stand mixers do the same thing, but they vary in the way they work. And a stand mixer, understandably, is more powerful than a hand mixer. So if you're swapping a recipe that uses a stand mixer for a hand mixer, you obviously have to make adaptations to your timings. And I really don't believe I stuck to the timing as accurately as I should. So I think the recipe not turning out great, I would reiterate again, was not a reflection on the developer. It is more a reflection on me. And on that note, I will say I already created a video discussing what you should do when you have a recipe as a beginner, and what you need to do long before you even turn your oven on. I should have stuck to my own advice then, but I didn't, and we learned. We learned that if you don't stick to your tips that are granted, you'll end up with a recipe that doesn't yield a great cake. What a waste. So we're back again, trying it all over again. Now I've just crushed the walnuts slightly over here. I've left them as bigger chunks just so that I can have some crunch to them. I don't want to mash them any. Something tells me I don't know. I want to crush them a little more, but it's neither here nor there. That said, there's lollipop, there is mystery, there is Tabitha, lollipop, good morning. Good morning to Tabitha, and good afternoon to lollipop, and to all of you in the chat, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for taking time to join me today. Let's just get into the bake. For that, I am going to preheat my oven over here. And oh, I'm also baking in an 8-inch pan. Claire uses 8-inch pan, so we're going to go. So this is like a whole do-over, just so that I can be sure that the recipe was my mistake. But I don't know. I have never tried this on the off chance or tested it. So let's just say the first time it didn't turn out great was because we didn't test it. So now we're trying it for what it is. Okay, so let me wash my hands and we'll get to it. For those of you in the chat, how are you all doing? What's your morning, afternoon, evening, day looking like for you? Are you all keeping well? Thank you for stopping by. Over here, we bake. We do serious baking. Occasionally, we stop and we chit-chat and catch up. We're friends over here. So if you're just stopping by and you're not sure, here is your sign to say, join us over here. We are a positive community. We support each other. We have fun and more. So yeah, you will not only learn to make cakes, but you'll make yourself a community of friends who will be supportive of your baking endeavors. So today, like I said, I am going to be using my stand mixer. The ingredient details I will leave in the description box, and also look at me, the ingredient details I'll leave in the description box, and also I will link the original video for you to see. For those of you who were here yesterday when we cut the servings for the panda cake, I have updated some of the details in the community post, so do check those out. Okay, let's give this a while. And Lollipop saying she sat on her sofa while a whirlwind goes round the room. Yeah, that is fine, darling. Lollipop is sat on the sofa, but she's fine. Okay, we have eggs and sugar, which the recipe starts with the eggs and sugar that is whipped together. The reason being, this is an oil-based recipe. I'll link the original video so you can go and have a look at that. Okay, Lollipop, it's okay if you can't stay long. I know I came in a little bit late today, so yeah. So we're going to turn this on medium high, and then we're going to add the sugar. We're whisking this until we get to a ribbon stage. Look at what I've done. I didn't add the sugar. Let's add the sugar. The sugar is made up of granulated sugar and brown sugar. Okay, that is important. Brown sugar will add texture to your cake. And we're whisking this together. This will form the base of air bubbles that will help the structure of the cake. So let's go. Carpenter says she's doing okay, but she's been up all night. Oh my God, Carpenter. Whilst that is whipping, we are going to mix the carrot with buttermilk. I've just added the carrots to the buttermilk to set, and whilst that is happening, we are going to turn our attention. We're trying to get the eggs and sugar to a ribbon stage, right? I'll let it go a little bit, and then we will add our oil. I'll bring that in view for you. This is whisking at maximum speed. we have the oil, which I am going to add in a little bit at a time. You don't want to dump the oil in, because if you do, it will overwhelm what you are doing and it will collapse. The oil is all gone now. Okay, now let's see. I can almost tell you with the oil going into the eggs, the texture and feel is slightly different from when I was using the hand mixture. So my suggestion that maybe the problem may have come from an adjustment issue with the timing is one of perhaps many reasons our first recipe didn't go to plan. But let's see. I'm gonna let that whisk a little more and then we can go. Yep, there's a bit of tension in the oil and egg mixture here, and that is what we want. Right now, I'm going to swap the whisk for a saddle attachment. And now we are going to do the wet and dry ingredients. So I'm going to start with the flour, a third of the flour. And then there is half of the carrot. I'm just going to add the nuts in here at this point, and the ginger. And then more flour. We want to make sure we are on fold function. And we have the rest of our carrot mix, and then our flour goes in. Okay. We're just making sure everything mixes in homogeneously. But be careful not to overmix the batter. I think I must admit the consistency of this batter looks a little different to when we first tried it. So yeah, it was probably my fault then. And I'll talk you through some of the things I did differently last time, which perhaps may have contributed to the issues I had. But yeah, there we have it. It's a slightly loose batter. It is a slightly loose batter, but that is not unusual at all, because this is an oil-based recipe. Let's leave this here for now. Because this is an oil-based recipe. Okay. You know what? Last time I raved so much about how the butter was great, and yet the cake didn't turn out so great. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm tasting in a moment. Let's just get this in the oven first. Okay, I am sort of eyeballing this, maybe the measurements in here, not the recipe. In her recipe, you'll find she even measured how much went into each pan. For me, it's not really a defining factor, so I really wanted to do this recipe justice, and I hope I can, because this time I have done almost exactly what the instructions are, which is what you should do when you're trying a recipe out for the very first time. Okay, I think that is done, and the oven has been preheated. Remember, if you were here last time, I did say my 8-inch pans are very wide and do not fit into the oven. So one goes in and then one stays out, and you obviously have to alternate that. So, Barbara, I am making a carrot cake. So our cake is in there. I'm going to wipe my hands, clear my worktop, and then I'll tell you what I'm tasting in the batter. It is very unique and nice. And I pray that with all the things I have done right this time, this recipe turns out great. And if it does, lollipop, you might be able to bake your box mix as I recommended last time. But in future, you can go back to this recipe. But fingers crossed, let's wait. It is 2:26 right now. So let's give it 40 minutes solid from here on. 40 to 45 minutes. It's anything between 40 to 55 minutes. But if you watch her video, you'll find that she comes back and she swaps the pans around. Every oven is different. So obviously, I am just going to work with what I have with my oven at the moment. So we have about 40 to 55 minutes, which means the time is extremely adjustable and you can work with that. But I'm going to clear up my work surface and then I will tell you what the batter tastes like. Adele, yeah. Is it Adele or Adele? Hi there. Hi. How are you? It'll probably, Lollipop says it will be a while before she makes a carrot cake. Why is that? Do you not fancy having to bake a whole new cake? So let me tell you what I was. Don't forget this is so raw eggs in here, so you want to be cautious when you tasting the batter. No, Adele, we don't dish out blues here, okay? We don't dish it out willy-nilly like that. You have to earn your place, and we already have moderators on the channel, so thank you very much. Okay, so I'll tell you a few things I did differently this time when I was making this cake. Initially, first of all, let's talk about the carrot. Talk about carrot, because carrot cake is not just carrot cake. There are moving elements to it, and one of the key things you'll find is the carrot has to be grated, and there are different how do I put this? Okay, the equipment for grating will yield you different textures. Okay, so I'll tell you, this is a box grater. It has different teeth over here, and normally you'll find that when you are needing a grater for carrot cake, you will be required to use this. It grates a sort of fine flesh, delicate carrot for you. Depending on what the holes look like, you can get longer strands or shorter. Mine yields me shorter strands, but you can still get the longest strands depending on how you hold the carrot, and then you chop the carrots back up. Now, the fine, fleshy looking, delicate carrot means you have a tender, softer texture, and that will add more moisture because the carrots are broken down. Okay, it's important because by just virtue of making a mistake, I found out the difference in the carrots that you need. So if you have used this box grater and you grate the carrot and you get a fleshy, delicate, soft textured carrot that looks it looks like it's collapsing, it means you have more fluid in the carrot that will add to the moisture of the cake, right? It also means that when the cake bakes, you are likely to still have the carrot, but it's not super crunchy and in your face. That matters. Now, initially, when I tried to make the carrot cake, which yielded the wrong results, I used this sort of, it has a name. I forgot what it is. If you know, put it in the chat for me. I use it for vegetable salads. So when I want to make a salad, it has different fixtures here that you can remove and replace. and then it will grate stuff for you. And when I'm making a salad which has carrot, I like these carrots because it grates very straight, stick like carrots, short strands, right? And I like that for my salad. When I tried the first recipe, up until I had this thing here, it has a name. Is it a mandolin? Something. It's not just a chopper. It's got a specific name. I know because the name is online. By the way, before I got this, I would use this for my salad, and I didn't like the texture of the carrot because it was very soft, and yeah, it just didn't do it for me. So I show you this to say different gadgets or different types of graters will yield you different textures that will affect different things. So I don't like this for grating carrots, which are to be used for my salad, because they just go soft and they're too watery, and my salad is very lame, if you like. But because these yield you soft, straight, stick-like strands, I loved this for salad. Now, when I tried the first recipe that didn't yield great, I used this for the carrot. I'll tell you what happened. Yesterday, when we cut into the cake, I could taste the carrot, but it was almost like just munching on fresh carrots. Like if you wanted to crunch on fresh carrot for snacks, yes, that is what it felt like. It's almost like the same carrot that you buy in shop. So I say that to say, if you want to grate your carrot, be mindful of your texture preferences, because this will yield you straight, short, stick-like carrot, but they are dry and they don't break down easily in the recipe. So they stand out and they give you a more pronounced sort of texture. I didn't like that in my carrot cake yesterday at all. So forget the mistake that the carrot cake ended up yielding. The carrot itself weren't great. Come to talk about the pecans that was in the carrot cake. Claire opted for crunchy pecans, which she toasted. So toasted crunchy pecans. So have the crunchy pecans and the crunchy carrot. I just felt like I was just munching on something so strong and hard on my teeth. And I didn't like that very much. And actually, if you've been on this channel, you'll find I like texture. I will add texture to any and everything, but I just found the texture too enhanced for my liking. So I will say to you, if you want to make a carrot cake, consider using your box grater. Use the fine grater aspects rather than the part that will yield you stick-like strong sort of carrot, because they will yield you different textures. I guess the pronounced nature of the carrot I had yesterday in the wrong cake was simply because the carrot didn't break down easily in the recipe and ended up standing out. Whereas that sort of texture makes for great salad, because you're not going to cook salad. I like my salad a little more crunchy. I want a bit of bite to it, and I tend to throw in nuts and croutons in my salad. I had a chicken Caesar salad this morning, and I love it. But that sort of crunch is not good for me and my cake. I want a soft, tender crunch, a bit of crunch that tells me there is something here, because it adds, the nuts don't just add like texture, they also add a different sort of taste profile to the cake. So yeah, I say all that to say the type of carrot you add to your cake makes a difference to the structure and crumb quality of your cake. That aside, should you buy carrot or grate it for your carrot cake? I will just step ahead and say grate your own carrot. The reason being, the carrot you will buy in shop are sliced. Okay, I guess the word I'm looking for is, instead of grating, which will give you a diced finer texture here, these are more like a sliced texture, if you like. So the carrots you will buy in shop are not finely grated, they are more diced for you, so you will have a lot more structure to them, but they're also not very fresh. So yes, it takes a little bit of work, but if you want to make a good carrot cake, please grate your own carrot, so that not only do you have control over the freshness of the carrot, but you also have control over the texture and quality of the carrot you're adding to your cake. I see Lollipop is leaving. Yeah, Lollipop, catch you later. Yes, I had a chicken Caesar salad for breakfast. And I say breakfast, my breakfast was at like 10 to 12. So it was brunch more than it was breakfast, okay? But I don't tend to subscribe to the traditional breakfast option of cereal and other things. You'll find me having whatever I can. I'm just looking to energize most times in the morning. So I've stopped like binging on big meals. But yeah, you'll find maybe generally for a salad, I would have a beef mince wrap. What do you Americans call it? Tapita, you have a name for the wrap? Burrito. Yeah, you guys have a burrito that you wrap. I have the minced beef and sometimes an egg burrito and stuff like that, because I like a bit of protein, and yeah, just trying to keep energized, because I'm the sort of person, if I have a carb filled breakfast, I'll go to sleep. And half of the time I have to get prepped and come here for 1 o'clock. So I am looking to get here on time and do my job and not come and slumber at the workplace, okay? So yeah, we were talking about carrots and the carrot you need. So talking about what the butter tasted like, because the significant ingredient in Claire's recipe is obviously the fresh ginger. It actually adds a note, like a sort of strong profile there. I like it. I like it. Lady Lately is back. Hi darling, how are you? And by the way, I'm going back to film. Please add the ginger to your batter, okay? Add the ginger. It's so good. Love it. Love it. Lady is back. She made carrot muffins for a customer, and they were sugar-free. She used muffins and a sugar-free confection. Lady, how are you? Wow, that must have been a treat. A sugar-free carrot muffins made with agave in the muffins, and Swerve, a sugar-free confectioner's substitute in the frosting. Tell us how that yielded. I'm sure you smashed it. Well, can you send me some tasters? I would love that. What did she say? Crichty? A lie for ants? What do you mean? Do we look like ants over here? Are you being cheeky? Well, we may look like ants, but we are talking and baking ants, so that is fine. How are you, Cry TV? Are you crying? Is that Tapeta? I am asking the same question. What kind of question is that? Are you stuck in a basement? Do you need help? Is that code to say, help, I'm here? Hello. You know what? Community guidelines. Be polite, kind over here. Otherwise, we will send you packing. Okay? Oh, it's a quote for a film. My dear, we all don't watch your film. Okay? Can you tell us more about this film? Okay? Is it A Lie for Ants? What kind of film is that? Who was the star of the film? So we know what you're on about. Zoolander, my dear, I have set short attention span. I ain't got time to watch a film, but you watch it and come tell us all about it, okay? Right, Tapita. Oh, Tapita, we have never seen it. So let Cry TV tell us all about her film. But Cry TV, we don't watch your movie, so we may not be inclined to understand what you say. You know, the internet is a place where you have to write what people can easily understand. Don't leave the understanding to me, because I'm baking. I can't think straight, okay? I can't even think that far. But anyway, Cry TV, you're welcome. I know you're being silly. How are you, darling? Be polite in here, and yeah, if you have more movie references, just find a way to make it very understandable, because we're all thick here, okay? We may be ants after all, okay? Great to have you, done. That said, I think the butter tastes great, but this time I'm not going to overarch it, because last time I was super excited about it. we ended up not having the result we wanted, and I really don't want to be the person to ruin it. So Claire's carrot cake recipe is matched with brown butter cream cheese. I'm not going to make the cream cheese because I'm not fond of that kind of cream cheese anyway, and I don't care who is making it. Eggopolis. I'm not cooking jollof, okay? I am not. If you want to see jollof, there are so many creators on the platform who make Ghanaian jollof. So good luck with all of that. We talk about jollof all the time, but no, we're making a carrot cake. Can we make a jollof in this pot? No. Okay, but welcome to the stream. Lady Lately, still on the subject of the muffins, the sugar-free muffins. She made it using oat flour because it's better for diabetics. Yeah, it might make the batter dense. And then yogurt, coconut oil. Oh my God, Lady Lately, can you pass us the recipe? No kidding. If you want to, that's fine. So that we can come and try it over here and see how that works. But it means we have to buy specialist ingredients. I'm not sure YouTube pays me enough to make that investment. But hey, who knows? I'm just kidding though. No pressure. But yeah, it sounds so delicious. Tapeta says, oh, Tapeta is my person. Tapeta is my person. No, we cannot sit through a movie. You know what? People in my life try to get me to go to the movie, and the only thing that will get me to the cinema, I'm going to tell you now, it's the hot caramel flavored popcorns. Just get me, when you want to get me to the movie, just go, Glad, do you want some popcorns? Okay? The caramel, like flavored, the butter and caramel popcorn. Who, that stuff is the devil, okay? I don't want the ones that have been sitting and are flat. I want the crunchy hot ones. And whatever is going on in the movie, I don't even care. I'm just there to eat the popcorn and go home, okay? That's all. But yeah, asking where I come from. Well, I live in England now. I've lived here forever, but I am Ghanaian, okay? I come from Ghana, West Africa, and I've lived in England. So the accent you probably detect is a mixture of being in England and obviously being Ghanaian, okay? Eggopolis, carrot cake. Yes, Eggopolis, yes. The name is funny, Eggopolis. Why egg or egg police? Police. The Eggopolis sounds like, is that as in Acropolis? Okay, Acropolis. So Eggopolis. Okay, that's fine. Is it St. George's, honey? I know nothing. Cry TV. You're bringing movie references. You're wishing us St. George's Day. Look. I know nothing about St. George's Day. I woke up today, said a prayer, got to cake, organized it, and I'm here. I don't even know what's going on largely in the news. Oh, the Pope died, isn't it? Our Pope died. Poor thing. He died. The man showed up on Sunday and Monday he was gone. Life is really short. Anyway, you know what? I don't even know what St. George's Day. People educate me on St. George's Day. Oh, hello. Can I just say something? We didn't put the vanilla in the recipe. No, Eggopolis. I'm not Nigerian. I'm Ghanaian. Okay, but Nigerians are our neighbors. They are, I think, two next door neighbors. Is it two next door neighbors? Because Ghana is bordered by Ivory Coast, Togo, Burkina Faso, and obviously Gulf of Guinea to the south. But is it to the west or east? Nigeria is 2 doors away from Ghana. Okay, so the immediate neighbor is either west, which is Ivory Coast, and east Togo, and then followed by Nigeria, I think. So we're still not far from each other, and we consider ourselves like cousins, mates, neighbors, friends. Yeah, but no, I'm Ghanaian. All right. Perfect. Welcome to the world of tangents. Perfect in the chat is going, oh, so now we've deviated twice from the recipe. Yes, welcome to a world of tangent, but we'll go back to the recipe, okay? Welcome to the recipe. The original recipe I made, I had this grater to use. Oh my God. Kirkland. Zavod. I don't know, honey. I don't know. Okay. Zavon. Is it Kirkland? Should I say? You know what? Did you check the name of the channel? We're a cake making channel, you know. We're not matchmaking. We're cake making. Okay? So if that's a trick question, here is my cue to say thank you, but I don't know. Okay? Maybe you want to go to Ghana and try from tribe to tribe, and just maybe you might. Okay? I don't know. We were supposed to be talking about a cake recipe. Why are we even talking about anything else? People? By the way, here's a polite reminder. If you are enjoying our time here together, do consider subscribing to the channel, okay? We are pushing 8K. Imagine 8,000 people. That's like a small stadium, is it? Okay, I don't know what 8,000 people look like, but we've surpassed the 7.5 and we're pushing 8K. So people, be kind, okay? Join us and let's push our dream. I am aiming for us to get to 10K by the summer. And we're talking by my son's next birthday, let's get to 10K, okay? That's the dream. So that, you know what, I wouldn't even lie. You know the numbers matter here. You know, we have grown at our own pace. If you've been here, I don't make trendy videos, okay? We make the videos you ask and we interact because you are here. If we went on to make those trendy things to chase the fad and all other things, maybe we would have grown a little more. But that will also mean that you will probably not care for those. So the content I create here is more so for you, and content that also enhances engagement with you. So the fact is, by choosing you, I have limited myself to my growth, but the pace is great. Okay? So whilst I don't seek anything of you, I just ask that if you're here, do consider liking the video, especially if you're enjoying the interaction. And if you can, subscribe to the channel. I don't want you to be a passive subscriber though, because that is not good for the channel at all. If you're just subscribing because I am asking you to, and you know that you just stopped by and you're probably not going to come back, then please don't subscribe. Honest, don't. Because if you subscribe and you move on and you don't watch our videos that we put up in the different formats, it affects engagement. Okay, it does affect engagement. But if you really enjoy the fun we have here, which is a different vibe on the lives are slightly different to the long form format, but somehow the long form formats have got slightly chaotic. Have you seen my last video? I was making okay. Bird's the word. Why, honey? Why? Birdie. Birdie, why? Bird. I bet you're a parrot. Birdie. Oh God, music. I think I know music. Oh, you know what? I'm going to call you Cry, okay? Cry says, I would just like to say you have a lovely, happy energy about you. Oh, Cry, thank you. Music, great to be back. Are you here to give us some more music? Bird, come tell us why you will never watch again but chose to subscribe. Are you hate watching us? Come on, Birdie. Birdie, be nice, okay? A girl is only trying to be nice over here, okay? But then again, I was talking to you about the different sorts of formats we have on the channel. The lives are just raw and unedited, unfiltered, and they give you a raw moment of what the baking and decorating process is like, okay? So if you're new to baking, you enjoy the interaction that we have here, because Our lives are baking and decorating centered, the subject still being cake, but our conversations are not just baking and decorating. Have you seen me go on a few tangents since we've been here? Hello. Okay. That's how we keep it here. Okay. Half of the time we're talking about random stuff over here. And if you have something you want to unpack, you can come and tell us and we will unpack it with you. Okay. The lives are for interaction. They are for fun. Yet they are still baking focused so that you can learn about baking. So the carrot cake we are making, just in case you joined us in the middle of the live, the reason why we're remaking this carrot cake is because we tried the same recipe earlier in a previous video. I didn't follow all the recipes, all the recipe development details, which is very important if you're a beginner. If you're a beginner, I handed in a video that is on the, not on the live, but long form format. Do check that video out. I handed you, I think, 6 tips on what you need to do long before you even turn the oven on. And one of those, my big old mouth shouted, read your recipe. Read and understand. Did I do that myself? No. Well, I'm not a hypocrite for telling you one thing and doing another thing. The simple reason was that I just ended up just following the recipe with more confidence than I really needed to. That's the real issue. Okay. And I think my very scatty mind is, I'm always fighting. I don't know why I'm a baker. The African spirit in me, if you ask any Ghanaian person, I don't want to put all Africans in the same basket, but I'm Ghanaian, okay? The Ghanaian in me loves to cook. And if you know anything about Ghanaian cooking, nothing is measured, but the food tastes right. Okay, we eyeball and we pick and choose, and you just mixing and matching things, but you end up with a bomb plate of food. Jollof rice, hello. Okay, fried tilapia, hello. So I could cook for you, but I couldn't tell you exact measurements for recipes. Okay, but baking is not that kind of thing. Baking is precision cooking. It will require you to discipline and focus your ability to just measure things accurately. Accurately being the key word, because you can measure things. Are you doing them accurately and precisely? Precisely, doing things accurately and precisely is not my strongest bond. My scatty mind likes to play with stuff, and right in the middle of baking, I want to change things. Somebody tell me what's wrong with me. And talk about changing things, here we go. In my last video, you want to go check it out. It's the muffins video. The muffin was hella messy. Okay, it was so messy. And you know what? We keep it real here. So I didn't bother to go and refilm the whole thing and come back and give you a fresh, nice. The thing is good. It's just messy. Let's get on with it. Okay? Now let me tell you what really happened. Let me give you the reality of that video. Okay? Stephen, hi there. I think I've answered your question, Stephen. I'm Ghanaian. I come from Ghana, West Africa. Okay? For those of you asking. But I live in England. I live in England. Have you noticed? That's just by the way. So let me give you the reality of my last video. And if you haven't seen it, it's the messy muffins video. I made some blueberry and lemon muffin cakes. Okay? Blueberry and lemon muffins, okay? And I try to follow the information that people say. Make your own muffin cake. Hey, don't do that. Don't do it. Buy the muffin pans. Just buy them. Go buy the thing. Don't waste your time. Because I tried it. It didn't work. Okay? It just wasted my time. Just buy muffin cases. Okay? But the recipe was great. So, I thought I would try a new muffin recipe. Cue in a double chocolate muffin recipe. Tried it the first time, amazing. Because obviously, if I have to try a recipe, if I have to show a recipe, I have to go and test it, try it. Worked out great. Now tell me why, in the middle of shooting the video, which should be the actual video where I am just making the thing, tell me why my very scatty and adventurous brain goes, maybe add some blueberry jam. Add some blueberry jam to the muffins and double the quantity of chocolate topping on them. People, when I tell you, the recipe came out the same, great, but messy. Like the chocolate overfilled the pans, they were sticky on my hands. The blueberry dug into the muffins. They were very hollow, very moist. And I'm like, how did I end up with this mess on my hands? Say it with me. My very scatty brain sent me on an adventure. But we keep it real here. So that video is uploaded for you to see. You can go and see me feeling all scatty and messy over there, okay? But then, yeah, baking is precision cooking. So as a beginner, if you start baking, make sure you take the time to sit with your recipe, read and understand. Reading is one thing, understanding is another thing. Because reading and understanding the recipe will yield you far better results. And clearly, I didn't do that. Okay? That said, our cake has been in for... Okay. I just want to... For half an hour, we got in at 26. It's 57, so it's half an hour. I'm just going to turn the pans around a little bit. And this time I'm going to stick with the entire baking time, because last time I didn't, and I didn't get the result I needed. So this time I'm sticking to oh, let me just get my dough. Right, you're in my home kitchen, so you'll find that stuff happens.
I'll be going soon.
Yep, sit with your recipe on 2 separate chairs. Yep, you know what? I don't care whatever you do, just make sure you sit with the recipe and get the rest out right. Now that said, we'll be back on the weekend to do over that recipe again, okay? I have some tips up, some tricks up my sleeves, so look out for that video. And if you haven't subscribed, maybe this is your cue to subscribe to the channel, okay? Turn your notification on. I am well informed by some of you that YouTube doesn't tend to notify you a lot. I don't know why, but which is why the lives are great, so that you can tell me or give me some feedback on how you respond or see the content. But we're back on the weekend. Those videos, the long form, are on Sunday, so we have daily shorts throughout the week. You'll find me doing cake decorating, so you will see daily shorts where I am decorating a cake or doing something cake subject centered, okay? And then the lives are Tuesdays through to Thursday. So we have Tuesdays, Wednesday, Thursday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday between 1 and 2 p.m. UK time, which is British Mean Time. Is it Greenwich Mean Time? Not British. Okay. 1 to 2 p.m. UK time. It's normally 1 p.m. UK time, but today I signed in a bit later. Join us here. So it's lunchtime. Recreational Bliss. Hi, I am well, thank you, and great to have you back. How are you keeping? So yeah, 1 p.m. UK time. If you don't find me at the 1 p.m. time, sometimes check the community post, because sometimes I try to update you about my whereabouts. Okay, great to have you, but you have the shorts on every day to just crunch on, and then we have the long form videos on Sundays. The long form videos are different depending on where we are at. It could be a vlog, it could be a series, part of a series video. At the moment we are doing the baking basics. Okay, so the baking basics is a series of videos that are put together to inform you about the basics of baking. So we started with what tools and equipment you need, which was the first video, and the second video was the simple lemon and blueberry muffin, and then we have the third video being the tips, and the fourth video is now the messy video. Okay, and then we're doing a do-over. So the do-over is still going to be a muffin, but it's going to be a different type of muffin video, and this time I'll probably try not to be adventurous. I'll stick with the recipe, but it's fun to watch. The themes are kind of fun to watch, so just go and see that too, and I'm sure you will have fun. Cry your parents. No truer words ever spoken, because your parents are right. Part of cooking is the washing up, and if you hate washing up, you better leave that kitchen, because you know what, I don't have a love-hate relationship with washing up, because I ain't got no choice. I do my own washing up here because I don't have a dishwasher in my kitchen. So every bake I undertake, it doesn't matter where I'm building a 5-tier cake or a 3-tier or a simple small cake, I finish and I have to go back and do my own washing up. So I am the producer, I'm the editor, I am the showrunner, I am the talent, I'm the talent manager, I am the admin secretary, I am the baker, I'm the decorator, then I am the washing up cleaner. Okay, hello, that's all part of it. It's okay, it's okay. RD, you're back. Hello darling, how are you? It's okay. Recreational, you know what, the lives are great, but I know sometimes the time doesn't fit, and because it's very sort of interactive to the audience at the time, it can be hard to play catch up. But anytime you can, welcome. It's great to have you. Okay, tidying up kitchen, keeping organizing and washing up. Look, cooking is a whole job. Okay, so the people in your house, including your mom and dad who cook for you, don't take them for granted, because it takes a lot of effort. Imagine going shopping and then organizing what you have to cook. Coming, putting the shopping away, putting the bowls out, organizing the cooking equipment, then getting to cooking, then finish, and then doing the washing up. There's a creator on the channel, on the platform, a creator who has 9 children. I think they're a very popular family. I think a family of 9, and then she creates videos about cooking for her family of 9. I'm like, hell no. No, I cannot be cooking for a whole city. Not what? A family of 9, 10? No. Imagine the day you can't cook and you have to go and buy takeaways. I can't afford that life. Hello? I can't afford that life. You will all eat carrots like a rabbit. Okay? Like bunnies. You chew on carrots and salad. We're not doing that. Okay? So cooking takes a lot. I love to cook. I love baking too. The difference is that what I like, you can get away with not being precise when you're cooking. You can get away with it. Like a pinch of salt. Like, what is a pinch of salt? Like, if you've got big old hands, it's like a lot of salt here, but that's a pinch for you. Okay? But baking tells you 8 grams of salt. It's like, But you know, if you don't stick to 8 grams of salt or 8 grams of yeast, you're going to have the yeast ruining your flour for you, you see? So yeah, precision cooking, precision. You need it, okay? And I have to battle with my spirit all the time to not go off to the left and do something that I'm not supposed to be doing. Okay, so for those of you who are joining us today, and you're probably joining us in the middle of all of this, we're making a carrot cake. Okay, it's a carrot cake we went and we ruined, and we are back doing a do-over. So stick with us. Let's see. Our carrot cake has been baking for close to 40 minutes. At the 30-minute mark, we went and we turned our bowls around. So we are going to give it now. I wish Lollipop was here. But Tapita might probably pass the message. Tapita, tell Lollipop the carrot cake that didn't turn out well the first time was all on me. Okay? It's all on me. Because this right here is different. But we're going to give it another 10 minutes and then we'll take it out and then you'll see what I mean. Okay? So people, I am here to say Claire Saffitz's recipe is solid. Whatever mistake happened wasn't hers. It was all mine to bear. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I will be linking the original recipe in the description box at the end of the video so you can see it. But no, people, stick to the original recipe until you have a clear understanding of the adaptations you want to make. Don't do it, because that's what yielded me the not so great result for which I am back to prove myself. Okay, so it's exactly 8 minutes past 3. Let's give it to 3:15, and then we can take the cakes out, flip them over and see. Let me just go and swap this around again. You can almost taste the fresh ginger in it. And if you're just joining us, hello there. I'm Gladys. I love to bake, and today we're baking a carrot cake. It's a carrot cake we tried sometime a while ago, and I didn't follow the exact instructions. I can admit that. So I am back to remake that carrot cake all over, and the carrot cake is looking, it is giving amazing, but it's still in the oven and it hasn't finished baking yet. So we're just waiting for this to finish, and then we can see exactly what it looks like on the inside over there. Cry TV says they have an orange cat. Well, you must be getting some nice cuddles from the cat. Look on the brighter side. What's the cat's name, Cry? Cry, by the way, what brought you here? Did you just chance on us? You and your orange cat. How is the cat? And what's the cat's name? Oh, cat is called Ringo. Ringo Star. Ringo. Okay. How old is Ringo? Is Ringo a he or a she or a they? No, I'm kidding. Okay. I hope Ringo is not offended that I misgendered them. Okay. Oh, it's the answer was right there in front of me. Ringo is a he. Ringo. Oh, Cry. Where are you joining us from? Which country are you? Are you in the UK or you're somewhere else? Do you mind telling us where you're joining us from with Ringo? Ringo is giving you he's 3, but still very kitten-like. He's still a silly boy. Oh, Bedfordshire. Hi, so you're in England. Cry. Thank you. Right, so you've got a kitten on top of you and you need to get up. Okay, well, you can choose to stay there with Ringo and get your cuddles in, or you can go along with Ringo and do something else. Okay, how is the weather in Bedfordshire? It may not be very dissimilar from what it is locally over here. Okay, is it? What is it like? Is it a little? Where I am, it's a little bit. You can see dark clouds. And it looks like it's going to rain, but I can't see rain. Yeah, the sun is coming through, but it's gone a little bit gloomy over here. You know, I can see out of the kitchen window, and yeah, I did step out a moment ago before the live started, and that was like we've been here an hour and a quarter. So about an hour and a half earlier, I was out and there was a dark cloud in the sky and it looked like it was going to rain. But you know what? We English people can talk about, like, British people can talk about the weather for days because it's a national sport. I don't know why the weather is not our national sport, because we can either talk about tea and the weather when we get to the bus stop, isn't it? Anyway, what brought you here? Were you just scrolling by and you stopped by, or you have heard of us and the channel? What I just like to know what the intention of people sometimes is when they land here and do their impressions. I know you did tell me about your impressions, thank you. Okay, but I'm just a little bit curious. Let me just go and check on the cake, because I think one of the problems just scrolling, and then you landed here. First of all, the cake has turned out great. I am just a little bit cautious about taking it out now, because the last time it all seemed well until I took it out and then it wasn't. So I don't want to try the same mistake again. But the texture is at least different, so that I can guarantee. I must say, I wasn't so sure about fresh ginger in a carrot cake, but boy oh boy, this is so so good. If you were here on the last video when we baked the carrot cake that didn't turn out right, it felt the same. It felt like, oh, this is lovely, and then it turned out super dense and not great. So Cry says, oh, Cry wants to go to the allotment today. Yeah, I can imagine. The allotment will be a little bit wet. Not great. I can understand. Are you still going? I mean, it's not raining. I can understand the allotment may be wet. You'll be muddy waters and the soil and that. But are you still going? And what are you growing in the allotment? I'm just curious. Cry. What are you growing? Are you growing some sort of vegetables, potatoes, or just herbs? What are you growing over there? I can imagine it must take commitment to have an allotment that you have to attend to all the time, isn't it? It's 17 past. We'll give it a few minutes and then we'll get our cake out. I am just like, even though the stick came out clean in the center, if you were here with me last time, the center was a little bit crumbly when I took this, where is it? Yeah. They said if the stick comes out clean, the skewer comes out clean, you have a bake, but you may have overbaked the cake. So if it comes out with just a little tiny crab on it, and guess what? My last cake did that, and then it turns out it wasn't cooked on the inside. So I'm a little more iffy about that now. Oh, Cry. Oh, you're missing the allotment today. Okay, there'll be another day to go anyway. So good for me having you here longer, isn't it? You're growing. Cry has they're growing lots of things. So there's potatoes, tomatoes, pepper, beetroot, cucumber. Oh, wow. Exciting. Do you like it? Or it's just because mom goes and then you go with her? Or do you actively like the planting and the growing of seeds and things in the allotment? Keys over there. Anyway. Our cake is baked, okay? This has yielded differently from the last time, so I am confident. I am confident that the recipe is good. Look at that cake. Oh, okay. Good for you, Cry. Look at that carrot cake. Now I'm bummed. I'm like, why didn't I make it last time? Why didn't I do it right? Look at that cake. Okay, we baked it for exactly 55 minutes because it's 20. We got it in the oven at 26, and it's 226, and it's 220 now. So 54 minutes, 55, give or take. We have 2 8-inch carrot cakes. Look what that looks like. Ayo, look. Ooh, the texture and feel is definitely different compared to the last one. we made. So I am kind of happy with these, but I will not know until we leave it to set, and then I come back to fill it with buttercream. So who knows? You will never know, right? I am just curious. I just want to flip this over so I can pick on it. So people, is our do-over better? I am a little reluctant to say anything until these cakes have completely cooled down and we've come back and iced them. But even from the look of them, they are very different to the cakes we made in the previous bake where they didn't turn out great. So I'm kind of confident we might have a better result than our very first bake. And as you can see, they baked sort of flat as well. The ginger though, I can't get over the ginger. The ginger is so good. Look at me, I'm finding clever ways to pick on the cake. But you know what? That is it for our carrot cake do-over. This is the Claire Saffitz carrot cake recipe. I only swapped the pecans for walnuts, but everything else remained the same. And I should say, this looked like a really good cake. You should go and try it, okay? You should. If you love a carrot cake, this is a good one. Try. You should try this out yourself. And for all of you who joined me today on the live, thank you, all of you. Yeah, please don't come at me, okay? This is my cake and I'm eating it because I can't help it. Hopefully you can try it, because we tried this recipe. I didn't stick to the recipe details. I got it wrong. I've come back. I have followed it as exactly as I can. And this cake is amazing. It is. But the original recipe is by Claire Saffitz. I will link it in the description box for you. Go make it and come back and tell us all you think about it. I'm sure I'll be back tomorrow. Cry, our new friend, and all of you, RD, Birdie, who is not sticking with us, Tabitha, Lollipop, and all the rest of you, okay? Both of you active and some of you just quietly watching. I'm grateful to still have you. I'll be back tomorrow with more baking and cake-centered videos. In the meantime, go and catch up on the shorts and, of course, the long-form videos. I'll see you in my next video. Cry, enjoy the gym. Bye.